channel Data BI SQL. So in today's video, right, we will continue with a little bit of complex interview question. I would say medium to hard complex interview question. And this gets asked in most of the FAANG companies, right? Like FAANG as in Amazons and Facebook and Googles of the world, right? This gets especially asked for senior data engineer, senior data architect, senior business intelligence engineer, right? Engineering manager, business intelligence manager, senior BIE, senior business managers, right? I mean, this is very common method of asking a question, right? I mean, functions like rank and um, sum and all this kind of functions definitely gets asked. I mean, that concept definitely gets covered. Okay, so I would request you to please pay attention to my video, and I hope that helps you clear the interview, right? So let's get on with the table. So basically we are talking about the restaurant management system here. So a typical restaurant, right? I mean, just take a favorite restaurant, right, and try and imagine this data. So maybe McDonald's or Burger King or Olive Garden, right? Just imagine, because every restaurant or every fast food chain has orders and menus, right? So and then I will put a create table and insert table scripts in the description of the video, right? So please copy paste from there, put it in Postgres, and then you should be able to see the data that I am seeing. Okay. So if you see the orders table, right? The order tables has order ID, the customer who placed the order, the menu, the item that was ordered, and the quantity of that menu item. So the menu item from orders table joins to the menu item of menu table, right? Menu ID of menu table. So basically, if you see order number one had menu ID 1, which is basically appetizer, the garlic bread, right? So basically 5.99, the quantity was 2, right? So basically, uh, uh, if you see the order total order, right? I mean, he ordered two quantities with each garlic bread with a price of 5.99, right? So the question that they are asking is find top 5 orders based on highest total amount spent on that order. So basically they are saying that give me the top 5 orders, right? So the order is coming from the order table, right? Based on the highest total amount spent on the order. So if you see the order table, do they have the amount spent mentioned here? No, they have the quantity. And then menu ID has the price, right? As we just saw. So menu ID has a price. So menu ID is basically has price 5.99. But for that order one, how many quantities that person ordered? Two, right? So basically your order value will become 5.99 into 2. That is 11.98, right? So that means the total amount spent on the order number one is 11.98, right? So we need to find out. So if you see there are 21 orders, I think we need to find out top 5 out of that, right? Based on the highest order value, right? So we will need to find out. So in order to do that, what we need to do first? We need to find out by order what are the amounts spent, right? And then we can figure out how to filter out top 5 from there, correct? So let's write a query. So what we need to do, we need to first join these tables, right? Oh, and let's name menus as M, okay? And what is the common this thing here, the key here, menu ID, right? Dot menu ID, right? And here, what are they asking for? Order ID. And then we need to do sum, right? Because we need to multiply the quantity, right? O dot quantity into M dot price, right? That is what is going to give you the okay. So since we are using the aggregate function sum, we need to use group by, right? And we do need the data by order, right? So we need to do a group by, okay? It's group by, okay? So we got the order, right? So one for order number one, what did we see? We saw it was 11.98, correct? So it's correct. Now let's look at this. Let's just order this data correctly, right? Order by, let's just say this total amount spent, correct? Okay, and we want to do descending, so that because they ask for top 5, right? Top 5 value. So you have $80 that are spent on order ID 20, then 19, the 17, 13, and 14, right? 27.98, right? So these are the top 5 orders we are looking for, right? So we got the first data set. Now we need to figure out how are we going to, get the data set, right? Top 5. So for that, there is a function called rank. So what rank will do is it will rank each of these rows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And we need to pick the top 5. Okay. So let's just write a rank function here. Okay. Rank over, so order by, right? Because so sometimes partition by also come, but partition by we don't need here. Why? Because the order ID we are already partitioning by, right? Partitioning by is what? It's group by, right? We're already doing it. So we don't need to put it. Okay. Order by, what we need to do is we need to order by this, right? This entire data, correct? So sum of, here we don't need to put alias. Then we say descending, right? Because we want a data descending, just like we did descending here. We need to do descending here, right? Order by this descending, okay, as rank of total amount spent, correct? So if we are going to do this, order by, oh, we need to have a comma here, right? Because it's a different column. Okay. So now if you see, it is ranking it properly, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 27.98, right? So this is the order we saw, right? 2019, 17, 13, 14, right? So if you see here, it is ranked properly. Now, if you remove the descending, right, what happens? What will happen is, if you remove descending, it will basically give you the lowest order as number 1 rank. Okay, let's just remove this descending because it is ascending, because it is giving data by descending, right, in the down. So let's say if they would have asked, give me the top 5 orders based on the lowest amount spent, right? Because you also want to know where which customers are spending the lowest amount and ordering lowest amount of quantity, or right. So that can be done as well. So here, if you see, these 5 orders qualify for the lowest amount, right? Correct. That's so we remove the ascending part, correct? But question is top 5 based on the highest amount, right? So what we need to do here is, so this is basically top 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Now they are asking top 5 only, right? So what you will do is, you can you write where rank is equal to less than 6 or less than equal to 5? No, right? That is not going to work. And I have covered this in other videos. So I request you to please look at other videos as well, where you cannot just put rank function here. It's not going to work. So what you need to do is you need to make this as a table. Okay. And then pull out the data from the table. Okay. So let's say this table is X. Okay. And then select from this table. Okay. So what they are asking is select X dot order and ID and X dot total amount spent. Okay. And here you will say where rank of total amount spent is equal to less than 6, right? So you can say less than or equal to 5, or you can say less than a 6, right? It's one and the same thing. Okay. So if we run this, okay, here also we need to do from, right? Because we are treating this as a table, correct? Okay, so you got your data. Okay, this is 80, right? 43, 33, 29, 27, top 5 orders. Okay, so this is your answer, right? So basically what we learned here, we learned many concepts here. First we learned a subquery. because in order to do the rank, we had to put this as a table and we made this as a subquery. Subquery is one concept. Second concept is a rank, right? To get out with the top 5 records. Third is sum, right? The Windows function, right? To sum the data first, right? And then do multiplication of 2 columns from 2 different tables, right? And then finally applying a filter through where clause to get the required result set, right? So we learned so many concepts here, right? So that's why this qualifies for the medium to complex interview question, right? Because this is not a small query, right? You need to think through. You need to write a subquery, then you need to write a rank, right? So that's why this is kind of considered as medium to complex interview question. Okay. So I believe this was very helpful to you guys. If this was the case, right, I request you to please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, right? A lot of hard work goes into creating this content, coming out of the questions, right, and guiding you through the right approach, right? That also takes time, right, and covering all the concepts, right, that they ask in the interview question. So I sincerely request you guys to please like my videos and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.